Okay, guys, good day. I'm Daniel Faithful, and with me is
Umoh Aniekanabasi.
and
Bernice, Ekong.
okay, we are members of the Calabar University Medical Students Association, CUMSA, debate, public speaking, essay writing, and quiz club. And today we're here to discuss a quite important topic to commemorate Nigeria's 59th independence anniversary. What are we talking about today?
We'll be speaking on participation of youths in politics.
Okay, youth participation in politics.
Yes.
Why is this a relevant topic? I want to hear from you.
I strongly believe that youths are not allowed to participate in politics fully. Not really like they are really
Bad
from exercising their rights, but
Yes.
they are not allowed to participate fully, like
Their
take
lack of
positions.
opportunities.
There are opportunity there to exercise their rights.
Okay, so we are coming from a standpoint that we feel that like there's a lot of agitations. I think during the election period in 2019,
Yes,
so a few months ago or last year, the latter part of last year, seminars, symposium, campaigns,
Yes.
public enlightenment, or youth participation in politics. Probably, why do you think this is a problem? Why do you think these agitations keep coming up at election cycles?
I think this is a major problem because we as the youths, we need to come into this politics. Apart from the fact that we feel youths, if given leadership positions, would actually do better than the present, those who are ruling, those who are more advanced in age. We also believe that these youths should be given an opportunity not just to go there and lead, but also to learn.
Okay, so Aniekan, your opinion that youths should have an opportunity, and you feel biased that if youths are
Definitely.
taking active position in politics, they will perform better in
I
office.
agree.
And
I agree.
you said something else again.
I also agree that they will learn.
Okay, it will create an opportunity
See,
for youths to learn.
the new
Okay,
generation.
we have understood that, particularly from our time here in Nigeria, the reason for these agitations is because most of our public offices are being occupied by quite aged persons. Okay, people who are quite elderly, people who we think, I think, assumed office, political office and positions when they were much more younger.
Definitely.
Okay, so we are clamoring for, we also of the opinion that youth should have more opportunities to participate in politics. But in your honest opinion, can you tell us any of the challenges that you think youths may face and what has hindered or hampered their participation in politics?
Okay, I think the political parties, the policies in-house
That's internal political party
yes,
structure.
that is not letting the youths come up. They don't actually have an idea of what's going on the inside.
Okay.
How it's being run, how those parties are run, the PDP, the APC, and the rest, how they are run on the inside, and what structures are being laid down to allow this.
True.
Okay, so you feel that most youths have or lack the requisite knowledge on
Yes.
what the internal party politicking
True.
is all
Is
about.
all about
You don't have to get a party candidacy and even have an opportunity to stand elections and win the elections. Okay, Anika,
Definitely.
challenges.
Another challenge I strongly believe the youth face is finance.
Fine, okay.
Nigeria's politics is a very expensive one. A very
Money
expensive
plays
one.
a
Money,
quite-
yes,
quite
definitely
large role.
money. The thing is that these youths do not have the funds.
Okay.
A few youths actually have enough funds to be able to, campaign, to even buy forms.
Sponsor an election.
Sponsor an election, thank
The
you.
forms are quite expensive.
Very expensive.
Nonetheless,
Millions.
the cost of the forms, like we understand, is even the list of your problems you are able to contest an election in Nigeria.
Definitely.
Okay. Do you have an idea of why it costs so much in running an election in Nigeria? Can you attach it to any particular cost? Why is it so expensive to run for an election in Nigeria?
Consultations.
Consultation. The poverty in Nigeria.
Poverty, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so you have to prepare for because of running large scale campaigns from cities, from local government, getting your grassroots volunteers, and also
Where
the
you
cash
have to spend
handouts
cash, yes.
on the day of the election.
Election.
Because any spending that you have
2,000,
done before the election in Nigeria is a waste of money. If you do not have cash at hand to hand over to voters who will vote for you.
On that
Okay,
day
so
of the election.
we are going to be basing this problem on the issue of the Nigeria's economy,
Definitely.
our failed economy. Okay.
I strongly feel that if Nigeria had a much more stronger economy,
Okay.
if these more advanced people provided better opportunities to bring money to the hands of these citizens that go
Okay.
out to vote, they will not be, tempted. Let me use that word with the
Or have no other option.
no other option.
Or to accept
the
the black
3,000
cash
or the
handouts
4,000 naira they are given to
on
them
election day.
on election.
Because what we see is that that 3,000, 2,000 naira that's given on election day may appear to be quite small, but it means a whole lot to a voter. I mean, a voter, take for instance somebody who went through 4, 5, 6 years of education in a federal institution, and then the person finishes, graduates. The most stable source of income the person will have gotten throughout the years of being an undergraduate, I mean, and even becoming a graduate, is the 19,800 naira they're going to get from NYSC. Then on the day of election, all you need to do is to put your thumbprint beside a party's name or a party's logo and get like 3,000, 4,000. It means a whole lot. So the poverty is a problem. We're having 81% of our population living below the poverty line.
So that definitely translates to so much expense to be spent
on the election day.
Yes.
Okay, so which many youths cannot exactly vote. Okay, do you think that the young persons have marginalized us in the politics, or you think it's a problem that we are presenting ourselves? I mean, considering the fact that Nigeria, the bulk of Nigeria's population is made up of youths. This will translate to mean that the bulk of the electorate on election day is the youth. You expect to find youths having the capacity to stand on the long queues, I mean to register and get voters card. You have the last portion of youths being the ones that have the capacity to stand and endure the heat of the sun for the lengthy, I mean the main election, the main voting.
Pensioners, 70 and 80-year-old people
now,
coming out.
They come out. When they come out, we are quite surprised. We celebrate them. We admire the fact that even with their advanced age, they are still coming to participate in the politics of the day. But majority of the electorates are youths. True. So should we blame the advanced persons? Since they are not exactly blocking us or barring us from politics, we are the ones responsible. And we are the ones not voting ourselves. So I think it still translates to the problem of political ignorance and the economic realities. The economic realities is holding the youth down. Okay, so youth basically have no choice.
Another factor, going on to talk about youths not coming out in elections. Many of the youths are actually ignorant about this electoral process.
Okay.
Many of them feel like their votes don't even matter.
Okay.
So they don't go out to vote youth, which is to me, politics is not, youth participating in politics, not just running for office, it's also going out to vote in those elections.
Since the electoral process is beyond running for office, it includes both the electorates and the persons who seek public office. Okay, now we understand that a bulk of the electorates are the youths.
Yes.
Okay, a lot of them do not go out to vote. Is that a problem? Is that true? True. Because when we look at the number of persons who come out for the elections, beside the elections, I think the votes for the last elections about 15 million to 13 million, if I'm not mistaken. That's about 28 million in total. And those are the percentage of persons who are coming out to vote in the country of about 200 million. So you're having about 10% or 15% of the Nigerian population being interested in the electoral process. If we were just basically supposed to count the number of students in tertiary institutions all over the country, we're going to be having a sizable number of voters coming out. So we understand that a large majority of us young persons do not participate in the elections. That's one. The ones who participate in the elections still go out to make quite terrible choices. And we blame these choices on the economic situation of the country and
the
also
ignorance,
the political ignorance. It's one thing, we've agreed that it's one thing to have education, right? And we've also agreed that despite the education, that's from a tertiary institution or whatever it is, whether formal, semi-formal or informal education, political ignorance is also a thing. Okay? We also agree that an uninformed electorate is a disaster. Any other challenges we are missing out on that youths may face?
Not exactly. I would also add the difficulty, the game of politics on itself. It's a completely different system. Youths have to learn it if they were actually to run for office. And to me, that's one of the major challenges youth face.
So you feel, do you agree with him that there's a disadvantage for youths? I mean, if they are running against persons who are more advanced, who have more experience in politics.
Yes, that experience.
Do you agree that the lack of experience will cause you to be outwitted, will cause you to lose to somebody who is more experienced and more advanced?
I actually don't really think that experience is the thing, but yes, it actually has a role to play. But I don't really think it's, because I believe youth, we're actually learning. We learn every day, like Nigerians, we learn a lot. But the thing is that inside there is quite different from what we think is outside there. That's the truth. What is inside is quite different from what is outside.
So that means we'll be doing our youth a lot of good if we at least help them to have an understanding of the inner workings. Because what we realize is that as bystanders, what we see, what we think is applicable is not what is applicable when you get into the system, right? Okay. I mean, even from the parties, even to trying to run for an election or run for office. But one thing I think is a problem is that we're missing out on is that certain young persons who, when they want to venture into politics, do not desire to begin small. They want to go for the top offices.
Yes, definitely.
They are running for senate or they are running for
presidency.
Obviously, when you need smaller opportunities to get experience. I mean,
special advisors.
From being special. No, we are not saying that youths should not pursue their highest of dreams. We are not saying that not having a smaller office before means you cannot run for the highest office in your country. Yes. But we feel that if you start small and you begin to gather experience, it puts you at a better advantage of getting the office that you desire.
Yes.
Understand? Sure. So we are saying that politics, for the most part, is not gotten out of mere sympathy. Because you are young means people will throw the office to you. Just like we had agitations about female opportunity for females in politics, which will be another topic for another day. It is not because you're a woman that persons will vote for you. And it's not also because
you're a youth. People will vote for you.
You must walk the talk. You must also compete. You must give what it takes.
The person should have experience.
The experience that the electorate will count on.
Yes.
And then find a way to explore other opportunities that will give you an opportunity.
I think having a good character can also add to that, because a track record of a good integrity can help people to vote for you.
That means you're talking about youths performing very well in the little offices.
Yes.
Because we have a lot of problems. We are saying that one of the arguments is that youths are not prepared. When we take a look at the past, the places where they have opportunities to play their role, I mean, from student union government and unionism per se, we have disappointing records and disappointing testimonies everywhere. So people are need to believe that these young persons, they never calm down. They're not ready for power. So that can be understood. That can be flat. I think way forward.
Yes, definitely.
The way forward,
So what do you think?
For me, I feel one of the way forward would be for these youths to actually learn.
Okay.
If you are youths out there aspiring for office, I would encourage you to learn. Okay. Meet these people who have already been in this game.
Talking about mentorship.
Mentorship, that's the word. Yes, there should be mentorship. We cannot, as youths,
you're not talking about blind loyalty or
blind loyalty. No. Nigeria's system really favors God for that reason. The whole, I'll be loyal to you and you give me what I want as far as I'm loyal long enough. Yes, long enough. But I believe there is a difference between loyalty and mentorship. Okay. Mentorship is what youth should go for. Youth should aim for mentorship to learn the workings of being a president, a governor, a minister, or whatever post you're aiming for. Okay. So when you go in there, you would be better than whoever you are under or you're learning for.
Okay, so he's saying that one of our solutions would be for more mentorship programs and for youth to volunteer for mentorship. What other thing? How do you think solutions we can put, especially considering your problem of internal party politicking? Are you asking for independent candidacy and what have you?
No, I think if the party should educate these upcoming people, they should let them know the rules of the game. They should let them know the rules of the game. Yes. For every party. And I also want to add that every youth should make up their mind to be their best. They should make up their mind to be their best in every field, wherever they find themselves. They should learn to be their best.
You also
keep that good character.
He mentioned something about individual candidates. Can you expand?
Okay, I mean independent candidacy like we have in some countries and in some societies where persons need not belong to a particular political party.
How is that going
and
to help
they can see venture for politics. Since we're having a problem with the internal politicking of the party politics, before you come out to get a party candidacy, every year you see court cases. Like in Crossing River, for instance, you're still having the APC debating about who was supposed to be the rightful candidate of the APC. You have people debating about who was supposed to be the rightful candidate of the PDP. Especially to the extent where we understand that candidacy at the polls is not for the candidate, but for the party. Provided the party has their name on the ballot paper, the party is seen to have won. And it reflects in the amount of control and power the person has when he wins the election, like his party has over him. That's why we're having the president sometimes, the APC is always speaking, the caucus is over him and all those kind of things. So we understand that the law, the powers of the person who is sitting on the executive council overpowers or extends above his political party. But we also see that most of these persons, when they are assuming to office, their parties exercise undue influence on them, especially in Nigeria. Now we're saying that should you make our laws, amend our laws for independent candidacy, you need not belong to a particular party. You can just run with your name, and then persons can then vote for you.
I feel that's actually a very good idea, knowing that first of all the finance, like I earlier spoke about, it's very expensive buying forms. I think that will reduce the cost on candidates. If
so
we have
more persons can,
more youths, more people can go, especially qualified people can run for the post offices
without having to go through the internal squabbles of the elections. Because we have talked about the fact that certain elections we don't not have the best of candidates coming. The choices that we have as electors are limited to what the parties say. This is the person on their candidate list. So you have certain persons coming and say, I was supposed to win the elections for the primary elections. I deserve to win the primary elections, but the results do not reflect what I feel the choices of my party members were. Because a few persons are sat on the board of trustees for a particular party and decided that this is who is going to get the party nomination. So the independent candidacy would give room for that. But we must also recognize the problem with independent candidacy, which is also the problem that is faced by the smaller parties. You understand? The fact that there may be little or no hope for smaller parties to win an election in a country like Nigeria.
We already have a lot of political parties all over. We only know of two
major parties that stand a chance. And this, it's you can't say that I agree without recognizing the fact that these parties, they have these more chances because of their coverage. I mean, across the country, you have to win elections, you must have persons. To win elections, you must have persons everywhere. So we agree that these political parties have like their branches in all 774 local government area authorities. They have secretariats there. You have persons who are working. They have party agents in every ward to monitor the electionary process. You do not have very unpopular parties or parties that registered some maybe few months to the election. Okay, they do not have that vast coverage. So whether or not these persons are quite good, they are excellent. The fact that their political parties cannot give them the coverage that they require for a country like Nigeria, it poses a problem. It then means that while we are considering independent candidacy as an alternative, we also recognize the problem. Who are the persons who will represent you in the system of the federation and also in the various wards? I mean, the 774 local government area. Do you think of any alternative, any plan, any program that can be instituted to help support this kind of persons that we can adopt in Nigeria?
I feel such program, this thing, independent candidacy, it's a beautiful one, but in theory it may not really work as well as in practice, might not work as well as it works in theory. But I believe, as for presently, not just in the future where we want to adopt independent candidates, rather for the present, youth should be taught on the act of politics. Youth should go out and learn. Just to summarize, mentorship should be provided for these youth, especially youths, and we would encourage more youth come out to vote for elections, come out and pick political positions. We would encourage these parties, the elderly peoples, those have been so more advanced in this game, to teach this youth and reduce the requirements for this youth. The funds for the forms are way too expensive.
Okay, so do you have any closing thoughts? In addition to independent candidacy, one thing that will help is the volunteer system that is used and adopted in other better clients and societies, where you have younger persons who are members of the electorate. I mean, from 18 years, they can sign up forms to volunteer for a particular candidate in any district. So if independent candidates, if it's adopted, I mean, if a national assembly passes that into law, it was submitted as part of the amendment, but it was rejected. Okay, so should it be resent to the National Assembly and National Assembly passes it, it will. Independent candidacy thrives on volunteerism. And volunteerism is based on youths wanting to participate in politics. They want to feel carried along in the political process. They want to actively decide. So you see them coming out. Sometimes they're the ones that even sponsor their shares, print out flyers, they knock on doors, hand over handbills for a candidate that they believe in. I mean, people like Hillary Clinton check their records. They started doing all those things from the age of 16. Now, but what we understand is that the volunteerism will also be hampered by the economic realities that we have in Nigeria. People are suffering. Nobody is willing to go and carry or whatever, understand, on your behalf. You hear them chant during election period, answer your name, and answer it in a very big way. The society expects a lot from you. People think that the election cycle period, as every 4 years, is the time they're going to get the little they can get from you, because after you assume office, they won't see you again. Okay, so any closing thoughts?
Okay, all I'm saying now is that every youth out there should have a good mentality first and foremost, that they can do it. They can actually sit on that seat they want to sit on, and they should prepare for it. That's just it.
Okay. As a closing thought, the fact that society at large, I mean, both the youths, both parents, churches, schools need to provide opportunities for youths to, or young persons to exploit and to explore opportunities. I mean, secular politics doesn't have to be the first place you take your shots. You understand? I mean, at leadership, we have the immediate family, give children the opportunity to show their leadership potentials, let children be outspoken. I mean, in Nigeria, parents exert a lot of on children, keep quiet. There is no freedom for expression. So you have people growing up to be so shy. They do not want to venture into anything that is a risk, or these things scare them. The church also provides such rooms through rules and children, so they come out, they are outspoken. It helps them for their future political endeavor. Okay. We also see the schools, even in school, you have opportunity to be class monitors, assistant class monitors, take up roles for prefectship and all that. Even in the tertiary institutions, I mean, there are vast opportunities. Departmental associations, faculty associations, even the student union government associations. There are smaller associations that belong to maybe affiliated to tribes or places, states where people are. They are vast. There are clubs, there are unions, there are societies that exist on campus for persons to build on their experience and even their curriculum before they go into venture into full-time politics. So exploring all these opportunities will create an wholesome youth that I think gives you an extra advantage to participate in politics. So sign out for any thoughts?
Finally, for my final closing thoughts, I would encourage youth out there, learn. You cannot want to get into a system you do not understand. Learn the politics as much as you can, and I know you will achieve every single goal you want.
Okay. If this was before the election period, would have said to not say your vote, but considering that the elections have gone, we only hope for a better electoral atmosphere in Nigeria. Signing out of for the debate club, once again, you are
Umoh Aniekanabasi.
And I'm Bernice Ekong.
I am Daniel Faithful Miebaka, and I'm signing out for Calabar University Makers Association, debate, public speaking, essay writing, and quiz club. Thank you very much.
Thank you.